Welcome back, my lovely listeners, to Rikako Stories. Are you a student or a reader who found an allusion in the poem or a reference in the book to Achilles? Or did you hear a native speaker say, "Oh gosh, I had Achilles' heel"? So, did you ask yourself, who is Achilles? If you want to know more information about Achilles, just stay tuned to the rest of the video and don't forget to hit subscribe and ring the notification button to see all our new episodes. Achilles is one of the most famous figures in Greek myth and a crucial character in the Trojan War. That's not enough info about him, isn't it? So let's go deeper into Achilles' story. Who were Achilles' parents? Achilles was the son of Peleus, a Greek king, and Thetis, a sea nymph or goddess. Zeus, the king of the goddess, and Poseidon, the king of the sea, had fallen in love with Thetis and were competed for her marriage. However, the goddesses were warned of a prophecy that Thetis would have a son who would grow up to be greater than his father. Worried by this, Zeus arranged for Thetis to marry a mortal man, so that her child couldn't challenge his power. In another version of the story, Thetis rejected Zeus' proposal, and the furious Zeus ordered that she would never marry a god. Either way, Thetis has ended up marrying to a mortal Peleus, and then Achilles was born. Thetis gave birth to Achilles, who, unlike her, was mortal. She tried to make her baby Achilles immortal by dipping him into river Styx, the river that runs through the underworld, while holding him by his heel. So, his heel was the only part of his body which left untouched by the waters, became his only point of weakness. So, the phrase Achilles' heel emerged. Achilles' mother, Thetis, abandoned her husband and her son to return to live with the sea nymph when Achilles is still young. Needing some help raising Achilles up, Peleus sent him to be educated by centaur named Charon. Centaurs, who have the upper body of a human and the lower body and legs of a horse, are often represented in a Greek art as a brutal, savage creature, but Charon was known for his wisdom and had educated other heroes. Achilles grew up and became the greatest warrior in history, and he had a dream about making his name immortal as a brave warrior. Why did Achilles' parents try to stop him from going to Troy? A prophecy had predicted that Achilles would die at Troy, so when the Greeks later gathered for their campaign to return the abducted Helen, Achilles was hidden on the island of Skyros, disguised as a girl at the court of King Lycomedes among his numerous daughters. The Greeks couldn't win the hot war without Achilles. The Greeks Odysseus and Diomedes discovered his whereabouts and dragged him into revealing himself, so that he could reach the forces on the mission to Troy. Disguised as street vendors, they pretended to be like women to visit the court in which Achilles was hidden. Among these goods, they placed weapons, which Achilles instinctively grabbed and was found out. Achilles chased Hector around the wall of the city. Then the two heroes fought, and Achilles planted his spear into Hector's neck. Hector begged Achilles to return his body for cremation, a request that was cruelly refused. Following the funeral of Patroclus, Achilles' grief made him restless. He tied Hector's body to his chariot and repeatedly dragged it around the tomb of Patroclus. His furious need for revenge. However, the goddess protected Hector's body so that despite his cruel treatment, it remained untouched. Eventually, Hector's father Priam, with the assistance of goddess Hermes, made the dangerous journey to the Greek camp to see Achilles and begged for the return of his son corpse for funeral. Their emotional encounters was powerfully depicted on the silver cup, which showed Priam coming to Achilles and kissing his hand, uttered sadly, "I have endured what no one on earth has ever done before. I put to my lips the hands of the man who killed my son." After the death of Hector, the Trojans were their best fighters dead. Called on their allies to help them defeat the Greeks, the Ethiopian king Memnon brought his army to support the Trojans but was killed by Achilles in the battle. Achilles also faced the Amazons, the tribe of female warriors, and fought their leaders, Queen Penthilenia. At the moment Achilles killed her with her spear, their eyes met, and he had fallen in love with her, but it was too late. How did Achilles die? Achilles was killed by an arrow shot by the Trojan prince Paris. In the most versions of the story, the god Apollo is said to have guided arrow into his vulnerable spot, his heel. Thank you for watching this video and stay tuned for the rest of the video. Bye bye.